Oh, hello there. This is Boddington's and Poses with the inaugural episode of Ask a Master. Yes, that's right, I'm going first. Here, we shall answer questions that you have sent in via either email or general postal service. And I shall answer them to the best of my ability. Now, MMO here will be assisting me by reading off your inane prattle. So if you don't mind, we shall begin. MMO, please, the first question.
Alrighty. This one's from F. Lombardi. What is the worst game ever? And I'm talking about from E.T. all the way to Two Worlds. This game would be one that had no ending, an ending you wish they opted for the no ending, poor graphics for its time, horrible controls, and made no sense.
A truly difficult question. Though, as I am the RPG master, I believe I should choose the RPG that I hate the most. In this case, I shall choose Xenosaga. Now, Xenosaga, as you may remember, was a prequel series to Xenogears, a very popular game in the mid-1990s. Now, if you'll recall also, Xenosaga is not so much a game as can be compared to a movie or film. For approximately 20 hours of gameplay, you were rewarded with the watching of 80 hours of video footage. Sure, the combat system was lovely, and you got to jump inside those gigantic mechs that died every 5 bloody seconds. In and of itself, the game was so long, and the gameplay so arbitrarily straight-lined, that I never finished it. Ever. I sold it. For money. To buy cake. Sweet cake. And you know what? I'm not sad about it. And I'd do it again, too. Except next time I would probably buy ice cream to go with the cake, as it was very dry. Next question, please, Tom.
Alrighty. Do you prefer the JRPG style of storytelling, the linear fashion, or do you like the feel of a sandbox RPG like Morrowind, where they drop you in the middle of nowhere and let you have that?
To be quite honest with you, I really do prefer the JRPG style, and I'll explain to you why. In a sandbox scenario, you find yourself confronted by things of a violent or non-violent nature, though of course things of non-violent nature of course can be made otherwise, by the simple slaughter and taking of their things by force. Thus is the reason I never got past the first half hour of Oblivion. I would simply walk into town, beat the ever-living life out of those guards, take all the good armor, all the good weapons. I'd just walk out. Now, of course, you'd find yourself being chased down by guards on horses, but when you've got a JRPG style of game, you really are stuck at a certain plot line. There's no running around aimlessly to this place and that, and I enjoy this. Sure, you can go and hunt down random side quests and find loot that you know is there but never really paid attention to. But you're always on a track. Now let me be clear on one final thing. When it comes to the JRPG style of game, I enjoy a linear plotline. But in the case of Final Fantasy XIII, which never should have been made, I do not appreciate a linear walkway throughout the entire bloody video game! Next question, please, Tom.
Alrighty, this next one is, do you like to mindlessly grind levels out to become stronger and brute force your way through bosses? Or do you like to play the game straight through and use more of a strategy to fight them?
Well, to be fair, when doing things of a certain style, like grinding, I do not enjoy this. You just sit there and aimlessly beat down on the same thing over and over and over again. To what end? To get a little more experience? A bit of extra loot? No, I say! You should have earned those things in the first place! You use strategy. You use what you've got. You fly by line! Don't grind, you sissy. That's what he likes to do on Friday and Saturday nights. Next question, please, Tom.
Alright, this is from Dude. Hey, RPG, simple. You must pick a Final Fantasy to play for the rest of your life, ignoring all others. Which one and why?
Oh. Well, dude, let me start by saying that you are an evil, devious, terrible person. For that is a question that has plagued me on the better portion of my life. To begin answering, I must first request that the audience cut from their memory, fully remove, as if you had never known them, Final Fantasies 10 through 14. Now that you've done this, you may stop crying over Square's mistakes. Now, that being said, if I was going to choose, I would choose my beloved 8. And allow me to explain to you why. Yes, the story may be convoluted and slightly inane. Yes, they may all have come from the same orphanage and never remembered. But allow me to tell you the things that will make this game stand out for me. First and foremost would be the tool of choice. The Gunblade. It's a freaking Gunblade. Come on, it's got a gun in the handle of a sword. Can't really get much more inventive than that. Now let me tell you about the Guardian Force known as the Doom Train. It's called the freaking Doom Train. You go through hell and high water to get it, but once you have it, it's got this big, ugly maw on the front of it. And it goes soaring through your enemies, slapping them about the face with every known status effect in the bloody game. The only thing that could possibly make you feel better about yourself at that moment is a big old bowl of Jell-O pudding, because it makes you feel good. Cuckoo-choo. After all that is said and done, my next reason, the most powerful reason, is I find it hilarious when video game characters have daddy issues. Squall's daddy issues are so confounded and deep-set that not only does he miss daddy, but he actually becomes daddy in various dream sequences where you go about beating the crap out of other things that have no faces and creatures and living in some small village. And he sees daddy! Daddy! Daddy, who is accompanied by a giant mute carrying an anchor and a lanky African man with blades for fists. I find that enjoyable. And if you don't, you can go to hell. Next question, please, Tom.
Alright, here's the last one for today, from Pete in Idaho. Why are you such an ass?
Burn in hell, Tom. You burn right in hell. Don't go to sleep tonight!